What's up, audience? And today I'm going to be showing you how to build some awesome creations. Let's get our render distance up so I can show you all this stuff. Okay, so here's our first creation, and all of this stuff was built by me, so I can go over with this with you. Currently, none of this is available to be downloaded, but here we have this I'm pretty sure completely symmetrical castle. It took a while to build, so if you want to build something like this, there was actually nothing involved like MC Edit while building this. And if you want to download MC Edit, just look it up, download it. It's really cool. Okay, so yeah, there's a little farming area. So if you want to start off, just build these things and just build this front wall, to connect them all in this huge circle. And then, once you go up, make it a symmetrical circle. Put any design you want out of any type of wall on the sides. It could be plain if you want. And just go around your base circle, on each side. Then make it three layered in the middle, and you can put anything you want in the center. So I just kind of made these squares all around it and just put these little tip things. You can do anything for your inside. Here's an idea. Feel free to copy any of this stuff if you want to. I'm lagging on 16 chunks, so I'm probably going to crash eventually. Here's another creation. I'm just going to go on various worlds and show you the stuff. So here's a creation of the International Space Station, also known as the ISS, which the world is actually labeled. And this is really easy to make. To build things like this, just go online, look up a picture, find the blocks with the biggest similarity, like daylight sensors. Well, that's basically a solar panel, so, the space thing's kind of cool. This I'll go over later in the video. Not in this video, actually. Maybe in another video. We'll see. But this world actually is, I'm planning to make it a server eventually. Enough talk about that. When the video comes, you can see for yourself. Okay. So here's another world. It was my first creation of what's kind of like a spawn. So this is just kind of a chaotic random world. So it's just kind of a spawn. You want to have something interesting. Be sure to put lots of glowstone, wood, and stone, and just put some glass and stuff on the roof. I mean, here are your key things for a server. You want like a water fountain that takes up space. It's really good. You want your standard tools and items. I like to add this anvils, um, and of course ender chest. So yeah, this is something that was just made by me. If you weren't able to kill these with some plugin, like little trading booths, I don't know. It was just an idea I had. So we have some stuff, and it's a simple spawn. You always want an enchanting center. Creative ideas to have like a little floating one. Just a base squarish stone interior and out interior, whatever. Okay, so you can just decorate your world with various things, and it looks cool. So yeah, what time are we on? Yeah, there we go. Good time. Uh, okay, so that's an idea for a mini map. Let's just quickly go in this world. So actually, this is a little game you just kind of get to ride around. And if you want to know how to build something like this, it's fairly simple. You just add a river, just kind of make like a stone flat sheet layer and add your layers. So I just kind of went one square layer at a time in an area and built on top of it. Now this is a bit more complicated, but all you got to do is add a mixture of. I just did a standard wall idea, and it was just kind of a mixture, of different things like snow, ice, all sorts of stuff. So that's all that is. It's not much. Okay, survival, time bomb, adventure map, best of the best. Let's go in here. These are old worlds, by the way, so kind of a noob when I build this. Now, this is really cool. It's a roller coaster, and if you guys want to make something like this, it's really easy. Just make these things, and the pyramid, it's just a long pyramid. Things can be simple, just add some torches, some lighting, and they look really complex when they're simple. So, I don't know, just add some scenery, some loops. That's kind of cool. I just use fences and wood for this sort of thing. This is a more beginner styled kingdom. I mean, it's not completely even. I built this when I was a beginner. And you just put, kind of little areas inside. Trees, you want buildings, as much as you can possibly have. Now this is an idea of a temple, which this pink sheep, yeah. Okay, so this is just a little temple. All you gotta do is have these types of blocks, the chisel blocks, the stone blocks, all of those. You want to have vines and jungle leaves. And you can build temples, just put this moss on it and it looks pro. So we have a tree, and we have this little village sort of thing. So this is actually part of my server. So if you want to see more of this, come back when that video is released. A restaurant. Just get creative with your items. Build anything. Here's a good example of this. Zombies busted open the door, unfortunately, and it's dark. So use signs. You know, if you ever want to label things, feel free. And I didn't know creepers breeded, but whatever. So I actually made a vending sort of machine, sort of thing. Look, it's like you fill your drink up like that. So you can do a lot with without any mods. I know a lot of people want mods for beginners, and they really have no idea how, but you don't need mods to make amazing worlds. So here's a little private jet. So first idea of a sky base actually. It's more of a literal sky base, not like just a floating house. But you know, you have a helicopter, some glass and iron. Always make glass if you're out of ideas. That's what I like to do. Little redstone track. I have a navy destroyer somewhere over here. Okay, let me see if I can find it. So plane crash, plane, obviously. Uh, Little robot. This is actually functional. If you want something functional, I recommend these things, the dispenser. So I guess I'll show you a quick thing. The reason for this is so you can fly up like that. It's really cool. So leave this one, shoots arrows. I don't know. Have I reloaded any of this? Oh, it's empty. Okay, I can fill it up. You're gonna find a fire charge or miscellaneous. Just have this lit up. And boom! Like, you can just light anything on fire. That's really cool for functional machines. Always try and do that. Functional is cool. It's a little military section. This is basically it's a squid trap. Squids fall out of the sky, and once they hit the ground, they don't always hit this. They can sometimes die. Like if they spawn out here, let's say, for example, they'll hit that. So here's a carrier. Now this looks complex. No, it's not. I made a huge square. I put a front, and you know, I look at this. It's just a bunch of squares on top of each other, and all you gotta do is add these little things. You can just put lines to L shapes, ladders, all of this. So I recommend the gray sort of materials whenever you're using this. Cannons. It's actually a jet, which looks kind of cool. This is a nuclear missile. There's a little missile up there. I don't know. It look cool. This is another part of my server for an arena. So like I said, check this out. It's cool. Yeah, so that pretty much covers this world. And I'm checking because I don't want to go over. 8 minutes and 21 seconds currently. So let's go to some other world if we have time. We'll see how much we can get in. This is an older world. A second idea of a server, more modern style. That was a bit not as noobish. So let's say you want to make a standard server. You don't want to go through all the work to make those complex archways and all that stuff. So this is part of stuff in my server. This is what I did. You need a nice flooring. I would recommend checkered patterns of this. It's not really anything. You need your rule boards, ender chest, all this stuff. So just make a giant circle with some windows and you're done. A lot of ideas is just a stone little circular building. This is actually an arena, and you actually have access to this. So I think that's kind of cool. There's a lot of creative ideas. Let's see what PvP Arena 4 is. This is like a little underwater station. You can do a slash kill command to get back, but you know, whenever you get your slash spawn commands up, you won't have to do this. Here's another arena. Just keep things simple. You can add various things in this world. I'll do a command block tutorial eventually. Get that out. 9 minutes. Duh. Okay. I always go over the time limit. That's why I do this. And it's a roller coaster. I'll go over that. Survival mountains. This will finish this up. Okay, let's go into game mode. What? Game mode 1, I believe. Okay. So this is like a survival world, fully enchanted names. Nah. Okay. I don't know. I started a survival series that was never finished, and I'm not going to finish it. Yeah, so this is actually a, believe a amplified world that was added in 7.2. Sorry, I dropped my mouse. And what this does is it makes these amazing structures that, I mean, they're simply amazing. Look at this. I mean, this would have been out of an animation. This never would have been real, but it is. So this actually looks more like a actual animation, like the ones you always see. This reminds me of This Is My Biome. This actually kind of inspired me. This styled bridge, it's really just a bridge. Bridges, yeah. So something like this, crossways. This is all you did was like this. So you come across in the diagonal pattern, and you just make these little sticks, just and kind of have an even layout of things around it. I used a fence. So if you want houses, this is what I like to do. These all have rooms and functions. There's sadly not a toilet. I will add that shortly. But anyways, I like wood. Wood is a beginner fancy object. So this is not just for beginners either. So you make a little cottage like this. Try and make them all facing the same direction. Then you can put windows in them and have certain interiors like white. So this is a really cool type of house. You want stone. Stone makes everything look fancy. So yeah, we're gonna wrap this up in the 11 minutes. So be sure and subscribe and leave a like. Thanks for watching, guys.